the director whose films make you say, ooh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Or, what's happening? Or just, what was the happening?
You like hot dogs, right?
Hot dogs.
Comes his new film that will make you say, well, that happened. Glass.
Kind of, I guess.
In a world where Hollywood has turned superheroes into a billion-dollar business, M. Night is taking comic book movies back to their roots, a series of static images. In this superhero movie that's so grounded, all of the superheroes just lay on the ground and die.
As his body slowly succumbs to the inevitable, a sensation of cold water spreads through his body.
Your favorite Breakaverse characters are back, like Bruce Willis, doing as little as you'd expect. Sam Jackson, not doing much at all for the first half.
Have you been getting out of your room, Elijah?
And James McAvoy doing absolutely everything else.
You gobshite, that's not buttery!
But when these three finally get together, they'll go toe to toe in scene after scene of intense therapy.
Can you tell me about Kevin's parents? I think you believe water is your weakness. I've come to the conclusion that we should perform a procedure on you. This is your MRI, David.
You treat people who think they're comic book characters or something?
I don't approve of how they've handled you.
You can't possibly explain everything away.
He crying? Jeez.
Was it our fault for expecting something else from M. Night at this point? Because this is a twist we probably should have seen coming.
Why do you all keep bringing me back? I don't want to be here.
Together, they'll encounter the evil Dr. Staple, a mysterious shrink trying to gaslight them into thinking they don't have powers. And she might be right, because that's just parkour. That's PCP. Also PCP. PCP. That's a lot of PCP. And the super genius plan is to post some YouTube videos? Even if they trend, everyone will think it's just a viral campaign for muscle milk. So suit up for the third chapter of a trilogy that may not have stuck the landing, but at least it's an original self-financed project from a true auteur that doesn't feel like anything else in an oversaturated market. But let's be honest, it would have been a whole lot better with another big cameo at the end.
This looks like a job for Aquaman. Oh, he's dead.
Starring Dead in a Pool, Glass Half Not in the Movie, Son of a Dun, Casey Ex-Girlfriend. Hi, I'm Dr. Staple. I can't save your baby, but I can do the robot. That'll be $5,000. And James McAvoy's SNL audition.
Get a little hard on.
Almost got you, bro. I find myself in a goddamn prison cell. He's like,
Pass.
Salt Bay your ass.
What is that anyway?
It's an internet guy. He's a butcher who salts his meat in an elaborate way.
Oh man, I didn't realize this takes place in the same universe as Salt Bay. What a twist.
So, you have a split-end Unbreakable sequel for me. Yes, sir, I do. So it's gonna be called Glass. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like the French word for ice. Well, I was thinking more like the character Mr. Glass. Yeah. Right, that makes more sense. So in this one, we're gonna have David Dunn from Unbreakable trying to track down the Beast from Split. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, they're gonna have a little fight in a warehouse, but they're gonna crash through a window and the cops are gonna be waiting for them outside. How did they know where they were? Right. Unclear. And if they knew both of their locations, why did they wait for them to be together to arrest them? Also unclear. Well, okay then. Anyway, they're gonna be brought to this high security mental facility where Mr. Glass is being held too. And by high security, you mean horrible security. Gotcha. And they're gonna be put in special rooms that prevent them from escaping. Oh, like locked rooms? Yeah, but they also have special stuff in them, like the one that the Beast guy Kevin goes into as these special flashy hypno lights. Special flashy hypno lights? Yeah, every time he acts up or gets too close to a door, these things flash and he switches personality. And these lights are supposed to prevent him from escaping? Yeah, pretty cool, right? Why doesn't he just, cover his eyes? Well, because then he'd be able to escape. Yeah, and I can't have him escape because this is where the movie takes place. Right, but he'd technically be able to just cover his eyes and that would solve his problem. Yeah, but he's not gonna. Because you don't want him to. Exactly, I'm the writer, so I decide what he does. That is true. And plus, this machine's gonna let us have a scene where a nurse guy gets scared and just flips the switch over and over and over again. Why would he do that instead of just leaving the room? So we get to watch James McAvoy do his thing. Fair enough, that is very entertaining. Yeah, people really like that in Split, so most of this movie is just gonna be, you know, James McAvoy showing off. I thought the title of the movie was Glass, though. Wouldn't he be the main focus? Oh yeah, I mean, eventually he will get involved, but for most of the movie, he's just gonna do an impression of Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad. Well, that was a great show. Yeah, and then when he's done with the impression, he's gonna turn into an exposition machine. Oh, he is? Yeah, because he has to explain nerdy comic book stuff to the audience. What do you mean? Like, let's say before the big showdown, he'll say, like, in the comics, this is where the big showdown would happen. Is that really necessary? Of course, how else are people gonna understand what happens in comic books? Comic book movies have dominated the box office for the past decade. I feel like people are pretty familiar. Well, we're gonna spell it out for them. Fair enough, spelling things out is T-I-G-H-T. What the hell is a taigihit? That's not what I was spelling. So anyway, who else is in the movie? Oh, well, there's this Dr. Ellie Staple. Oh, and what's her deal? Well, she's trying to convince them that they're not superheroes. Wait, what? Yeah, she's like, you didn't do anything superhuman, you're just really good at certain things. But we saw them do superhuman stuff. Or did we? We did. Well, and so what happens next? Well, they start doubting their abilities a little bit, but Mr. Glass is like, yeah, no, we're superheroes. Okay. So he's gonna convince the Beast to team up with him and they're gonna escape. How? Well, he's gonna kill one of the nurses with a piece of glass. That's the name of the movie. It is, I know. Well, and how do they get past security? They just kind of walk past them. This place has the worst security. Yeah, in the whole movie, we're gonna tease a big showdown at this brand new tower that's being unveiled. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Well, don't get too excited, because it's just a big misdirect. Oh, yeah, the final fight is just gonna be like on the front lawn of the facility. Why would you do that, though? It's a misdirect, and it means I'm clever. Does it? Yup, automatically. So if I was like, hey, we're gonna go out to a nice restaurant, and then suddenly I was like, actually, the plan this whole time was to eat some cold leftover chili, that would be very clever of you. Oh, okay, I think I understand now. Anyway, so we're gonna find out that Kevin's dad was on the same train that David was on back in the day, the one that crashed. Oh, so Mr. Glass is responsible for his dad's death? Yup, and so the Beast is gonna kill him. Oh. Yeah, and then one of Dr. Staples' men is gonna shoot Kevin and kill him. Oh my lord, but isn't he bulletproof as the Beast? Yeah, but when that Casey girl from Split touches him, he turns back into Kevin. Why? The power of true love or something? I don't know, get off my back. Well, okay then. And then they're also gonna take on David. Well, it's gonna be tough for them to take down the unbreakable man David Dunn. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, they're just gonna, you know, drown him in a puddle. What? Yep, they just hold him down in a puddle and he dies pretty quickly. Feels like we barely got to see him in this movie. That's right, after 19 years, we're barely gonna feature him and he's gonna drown in a mud puddle. People are gonna like that? Oh yeah, people are gonna love that because it's gonna subvert their expectations, which is automatically clever. Now you're getting it. Wow. And we're also gonna reveal that Dr. Staple is part of a secret organization that's trying to keep superheroes under wraps. Oh. Yeah, so that's why she was trying to convince them that they're not superheroes. But if killing them was an option, why didn't they just, you know, do that in the first place? Because then the movie would have lasted 10 minutes. Feels like there's a whole lot of characters not doing logical things to prevent the movie from ending. Yeah, a whole lot. I'm the writer. That's right, you are. And so then Dr. Staple's gonna go meet with her secret organization. Wait, what about the facility staff that probably witnessed all this stuff? She just asked them to not say anything and she lets all the witnesses go free. Wow, this secret organization's pretty sloppy. Yeah, and so they go meet in this restaurant where it turns out everybody's a part of the organization. If everybody in the restaurant's from the organization, why not just meet in a private place? I don't know. Fair enough. And then we're gonna find out that Mr. Glass hacked the cameras at the facility and the footage of the fight gets released online. Okay. And so there's gonna be public footage of the Beast lifting a car and David bending a steel bar. And what's that supposed to do? It's supposed to change the world. I mean, there are clips of people actually doing those things for real on YouTube right now. And the world has never been the same since they were uploaded. It has. Oh well, so what do you think of the movie? Well, I have a lot of notes. You sure about that? I mean, yeah, it definitely feels like there are some questionable decisions in here. Well, screw you then. What?
That's a first. I didn't expect Ryder Guy to just walk out on them like that. That subverted expectations because normally that's not how that would go. They'll both be there. We get the little title, little article at the end, and everything's good. He said, forget this. I'm financing it myself. That was funny. Glass was a mixed bag for me. Like Unbreakable is great. Split was a pleasant surprise. And then you had Glass, which was supposed to be a culmination of all this. It was supposed to be Glass, you know, Samuel Jackson's character's film because it's called Glass. And it doesn't really turn out that way. It's more of a let's continue to see what James McAvoy can do in his role because he's kind of carrying this film. He carried Split and he's carrying this one too. So yeah, for me, it was a letdown because I was expecting so much more. The whole subverting expectations thing with going to the tower and having the big battle be there and instead it's just out in the front lawn of this facility was boring and it was a letdown. I was really hoping to have more of a grand feel to it, while still feeling contained, because that's how these movies are. They're very contained in how the stories are told. So they're small scale, but I was hoping this one would have a little bit more of a grand scale, and it doesn't at all. So I guess it does continue what we're used to from the first two films, but I was just hoping we'd get something a little bit better. Performances wise, James McAvoy does a great job here though. I mean, again, like he did in Split. Glass, as far as Samuel L. Jackson, he's there. He's continuing what he did from the first one once he does get out of his little fake, not coma, but just vegetative state almost. And then Bruce Willis is there. He's present. So that, I don't know what to expect from Bruce Willis much anymore anyway, because he's in a lot of straight to video on demand type movies. And that's kind of what he's known for now. Similar to Nicolas Cage to a degree. Nicolas Cage, I think, is kind of trying to turn things around a little bit. Bruce Willis, I just don't know what to expect. And so this one was kind of just, Bruce Willis is there. This is what it is. Anya Taylor-Joy does great here again. She's good for the scenes that she's in. Even the son of Dunn from the first one coming back, he looks the same, which is really weird. But he's adequate in here too. So it's like there's adequate things about this film. Overall, just a mixed bag though. Didn't really do much for me. Let me know how you felt about Glass though. What did you like about the movie? What did you hate? Did you enjoy your time watching it? Also, pitch meeting, honest trailer, which one's better? The honest trailer or the pitch meeting? I need to know, because both were good to me. Seemed like an early pitch meeting, but the honest trailer gets some good points here for a lot of the jokes that it had. So I'm going to say a tie here, even though, again, subverted expectations on that pitch meeting. Wasn't expecting that. but these are both good. I really had a good time with these. Hopefully you did too, so thanks for laughing with me on these. To you guys, the subscribers, the members, the watchers, whatever the case, however you support the channel, I appreciate you, because I think it's awesome that you support On My Mind Entertainment. To the Hyper Crew, you guys get a verbal shout out by me in every video. Brian Tidwell, Steve-O, Slepnir, Dash Milner, Kasich013, Daniel Lopez, Portal on Mobile 44, Kratos, William Cooper, Shane Cook, and Richie Chester. Thank you guys so much for choosing that top tier crew. I really appreciate you guys. While you're still here, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more content. It goes from red to gray, and you can join the crew, have some fun with us, laugh with us, watch with us. I think you'd enjoy it. You can also check out the most popular videos on this channel or the most recent reaction as well. Or you can check out some of the content from the creators I've got in the description below. They got some great videos. I think you would enjoy them. If you've seen all that over there, I will see you guys in the comments. We can talk more about these videos. Otherwise, that's all I got for you guys on this one. I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.